Hi, we're here with a special edition of EdTech Talk. My name is Daniel Plonsky. I'm your host and teacher extraordinaire. But today, we're just going to tackle the question, if new teachers were coming into the profession this year in 2020, what I like to call So You Think You Can Teach During a Pandemic, what could a panel of expert teachers who have also vast amounts of experience in distance learning, what type of advice could we give to those students? My panelists today include Donovan, English teacher, Susan, also an English teacher, and Jessica, Spanish foreign language extraordinary teachers, all of them. So, enough about me. I brought these people together so they could share advice with me and with all of you. So without any further ado, let's find out how you would teach during a pandemic. Donovan, why don't you start us off?
Well, I think one of the crucial things to really get through pandemic or distance learning, especially when it is as abrupt as it was this time, without a whole lot of forenotice, is to front load as much as possible. And, just getting as many of the resources that your students could need uploaded as soon as you can get that so that they have access to it early and often and aren't looking for material.
Okay.
I agree. I think timing was best case scenario for us with this happening for the fourth quarter. So I had been teaching courses I've taught. I was very comfortable with my students' skill level. It was not a difficult transition. Some of my concerns are starting a year like this. Like, I will be teaching students I've never met before, and how do you have that connection and that understanding of their skill level to start? And I'm teaching a new course this year, so I've got a lot of anxiety about how to teach a course for the first time online. I think the good aspect of that is my course training for that will be online.
But how would you specifically apply that to a new teacher who might come asking you for advice?
Well, that's a good question. We have a new teacher in our department, first-year teacher. She's a former student of mine. I've already been emailing her and just telling her what resources are available when she has a schedule to kind of guide her through some of this. So, I will share lesson plans and share anything I can with her to help her through that, communicate with her regularly, meet with her one-on-one. But I think my biggest fear is starting the year, starting something new. It's going to be a challenge, probably one of the greatest challenges I've had as a teacher.
For us all. Jessica?
What I think Susan started off very well with already emailing the new teacher. Most likely your novice teacher is going to be a millennial, a digital native. They definitely want that communication, that collaboration from the start. If they don't hear from you, they think they're just wasting time. Because if they get a thought, they can easily go on their phone and get the information. Information is not the problem. You can find tons of lesson plans. How to implement them is going to be the biggest thing. And being that our educational programs, our college programs, educational programs are not matching with the real world classroom. And now, they're not going to have a real world classroom. It's a digital classroom. So one of the, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the things you said that I really just liked was there's a lot of information out there and a lot of lesson plans. I think for a new teacher, trying not to reinvent the wheel. And I think a lot of new teachers come in year one and they have all these great ideas and new ways to tackle problems that once you throw in the hiccup of distance learning on that new teacher, you can just say to them, hey, this is a time where you can fall back on some of the existent resources and take that passion, but not necessarily try to reform the entire mold from the beginning. Let's get your feet wet first before you really take on some aggressive assignments or some groundbreaking new structures for learning.
It kind of sounds like a common theme that all three of you have addressed is maybe just building confidence and then building resources for these people. And I guess as veteran teachers, that's our responsibility. But I think I'll end today's special edition coming back to Jessica, who mentioned digital natives, and maybe new teachers could have something to offer us. They're just coming out of a different type of college experience than any of us went to. I mean, I was in college before the internet, and I'm sure some of you, well, not you guys, but I was. But
these teachers have learned on computers through college, so they're going to be comfortable with the student side more so than we are, I think. So that's an advantage.
Well, thank you for joining us. I hope that positive ending inspires some of our new teachers out there. And remember, you can always ask for help, and be kind when maybe some older people ask you for help. That's all for EdTech Talk today. See you next time.